Prevagen contains apoaquarin, originally discovered in jellyfish, and is designed specifically for the brain to help.
Unlike ordinary memory supplements, Neuriva's revolutionary formula has clinically tested ingredients that support 3 dimensions of memory.
Alpha Brain is one of the most important supplements that I've ever found, ever in my life, if not the most important one, and the one that I cherish the most.
Joe Rogan doesn't just take Alpha Brain. He owns a piece of the company that makes it. And that's worth knowing, but he's not the only story today, and Alpha Brain isn't either, not on its own. So today we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna take a look at 3 of the biggest names in the nootropic space: Alpha Brain, Prevagen, and Neuriva, and run the same 3 questions on each one. What does the actual published research say? Who paid for the research? And what is really in the bottle and what dose? This category runs on a specific kind of anxiety. It's not you're weak, it's you're falling behind. Or for the older crowd, you're starting to lose it. Everyone else is optimizing, stacking, protecting their memory before it's too late. And if you're not taking something, you're leaving performance on the table. That's a powerful pitch whether you're 35 and competitive at work or 65 and scared of forgetting names. And stick around till the end, because after we go through all 3 of these, I'm going to give you what actual science says will improve your memory and cognition. No proprietary blends, no trademark symbols, just what actually has been shown to work. Alpha Brain actually has something most of this industry doesn't: a real published peer-reviewed clinical trial. There were 63 adults. It was randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled for 6 weeks. And the results look strong: improved verbal memory, better executive function, faster processing on some tests. But here's what the ad doesn't tell you. That study was funded by Audit, Alpha Brain's own manufacturer, and one of the listed authors was affiliated with the company directly. A second independent study in 2018 run on US Army soldiers under real mental strain found no benefit at all. One small company funded trial said yes. One independent in a harder population said no. That is a mixed picture, not a clinically proven one. Then there's the bottle itself. Alpha Brain is built from proprietary blends like every supplement out there. So you got Flow, Focus, and Fuel, which lists ingredients and total blend weight, but never the amount of each individual ingredient inside. The Focus blend containing alpha GPC, Bacopa manuri, however you pronounce that, and huperzine weighs 240 milligrams total. Bacopa alone is typically studied at around 300 milligrams. Alpha GPC alone needs 300 to 600. You cannot fit both of those studied doses plus a third ingredient into 240 milligrams. The math doesn't work. Somebody in that blend is getting a fraction of what has actually been studied. And there's a separate issue that has nothing to do with funding or dosing at all. It's just how people actually use these products. Somebody starts a nootropic at the same time they start caring about their sleep, cutting back on scrolling Instagram at night, drinking more water, exercising more. Was that the pill or everything else that came along with deciding to take their focus seriously? A placebo-controlled trial is built specifically to strip that confound out. A bottle a month of vibes isn't. So that's Alpha Brain. It has one real trial and then a buried contradicting one, and a blend that can't fit its own studied doses. Now let's look at a product that skips the mixed evidence stage entirely and goes straight to a federal jury ruling against it. And drop a comment if you've ever taken a nootropic and genuinely couldn't tell if it was the supplement or just sleeping better, drinking more water, and exercising that improved your cognition. Prevagen takes this somewhere Alpha Brain never got close to. This one didn't just get criticized, it went to a federal jury, and the jury sided against the company. Prevagen's active ingredient is apoaquarin, a protein originally found in a species of bioluminescent jellyfish. The marketing pitch was that this enters the brain to replace proteins lost with age. Backed by what the company called clinical proof, the FTC and the New York Attorney General took a closer look. And here's what they found. Apiaquarin, or however you actually pronounce that, gets digested in the stomach like any other dietary protein, broken down into ordinary amino acids before it ever gets near the brain. The mechanism the entire product is built on doesn't survive contact with human digestion. In the one study the company leaned on, the Madison Memory Study, failed to show a statistical significant benefit across the actual study population. The positive numbers the company promoted came from picking out a smaller subgroup after the fact, a statistical move that makes it easy to find a result that looks meaningful even when the real experiment came up empty. That's a pattern worth remembering anytime a company tells you their study showed benefits in certain groups. Run the whole experiment, get nothing, then slice the data into as smaller and smaller pieces until one slice happens to look good just by chance. In January 2017, the FTC and New York sued. In 2024, after 7 years of litigation and a full jury trial, the court ruled against Quincy Bioscience and permanently barred them from making memory or brain function claims about Prevagen. This wasn't a company quietly settling to avoid bad press. A jury heard the evidence and found the company liable for false advertising on every single claim it examined. And in the years it took to get there, Prevagen had already pulled in over $160 million in sales, marketed overwhelmingly at older adults worried about memory loss. Think about what that means. A company can sell a supplement for a better part of a decade, build a $160 million business on a claim, lose in court, and the money's already been made. The lawsuit doesn't claw back the years the product spent on shelves being marketed as clinically shown to work to people who were genuinely scared about losing their memory. So we've got a mixed evidence product and a product a jury said flatly doesn't work. Let's look at one more, because this one shows a trick the other two didn't use quite as cleanly, renaming a generic ingredient so it sounds like a proprietary technology. And if you've got a parent or a grandparent who's ever bought a memory supplement off a TV ad, you already know exactly who this marketing is built for. Neuriva's two headline ingredients are coffee fruit extract and phosphatidylserine. Again, I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, except on the label, they renamed it Neurofactor. And Sharp PS, same compound, trademark names, which makes them sound like exclusive, clinically developed technology instead of ingredients any competitor could buy from the same supplier. The company's ads called these ingredients clinically proven to improve brain performance. A class action lawsuit disagreed. And the underlying problem is one we keep running into in this series. The studies behind those ingredients use different forms, different doses, and often different populations than what's actually in the bottle sold to a healthy 35-year-old. One of Neuriva's own studies tested whole coffee fruit concentrate powder. Neuriva itself uses an extract, and a decaffeinated one at that. That's not a small technicality. Whole concentrated powder and a decaffeinated extract are not the same delivery method, and research on one doesn't automatically transfer to the other. An independent group of scientists and health professionals, the Global Council on Brain Health, reviewed the ingredients in products like this one and raised the same concern publicly. A study on an ingredient at one dose in one form doesn't automatically justify a claim about a different product using a different amount of the same ingredient. That's the exact gap that shows up over and over again across this entire category. Reckitt, Neuriva's parent company, settled the class action lawsuit for $8 million and agreed to strip clinically proven from its packaging and marketing. That settlement was later vacated on a legal technicality about who had standing to sue, not because a court found the science solid. Either way, the company had already agreed the claim couldn't stand as written. So we have 3 different companies, 3 different ingredients, same 3 moves, every time. They cite a real study, but leave out who paid for it. Test an ingredient at one dose, then sell it at a different one. And package the whole thing behind proprietary names or proprietary blends, specifically so you can't check the math yourself without doing the kind of digging we just did for you. And none of this means every ingredient in these products is fake, or that the people selling them know it doesn't work. Some of these ingredients, bacopa, L-theanine, PS, do have real, legitimate research behind them in the right form and the right dose. The dishonesty isn't usually in the ingredient. It's in the gap between the dose that was studied and the dose you're actually swallowing. So here's what I'd actually check before buying into any of this. First, is there a proprietary blend where the total weight is listed, but the individual ingredient amounts aren't? That's a wall built specifically so you can't do this math. Second, is the headline ingredient a trademarked brand name version of something generic, the neurofactor instead of coffee fruit extract? That's usually marketing dressed up as innovation. Third, was there one clinical trial they cite funded by the company itself? And does any independent study exist that they're not mentioning in the marketing? And fourth, does the form and dose in the actual product match the form and dose used in the study they're citing? Or is it a different extract, a different delivery method, a fraction of the amount? Run any brain supplement through those 4 questions and you'll usually have your answer before you even open the bottle. If a proprietary blend or a trademarked ingredient name has ever made a supplement label feel impossible to actually evaluate, drop a comment. I want to hear which one got you. And I want to be fair the same way we try to be every week on this series. Alpha Brain has more legitimate research behind it than most of the industry bothers to produce. That's genuinely rare and it deserves to be said. But across all 3 of these, a mixed company-funded study getting marketed as proof, a mechanism a federal jury said doesn't survive digestion, and generic ingredients renamed to sound exclusive. The pattern is the same. This isn't one bad actor. It's how the category is always run. And remember how we open this video. Every time a podcaster you love tells you about the supplement that changed their life, ask yourself one question before you buy it. Are they telling you this because it actually works? Or because they get a check every single time you click the link in the description? Sometimes it's both, but you don't know which one it is until you go looking. And most people never go looking. A proprietary blend, a trademarked ingredient name, or a single company-funded study aren't automatically a scam, but they're a red flag every time you see one, because they're the parts of the packaging built specifically so you can't do the math yourself. And great news, none of this means you're stuck with nothing. The stuff that actually moves the needle on memory and cognition looks a lot like everything else we talk about on this channel. Aerobic exercise has real repeated research behind it. One recent study found a single high-intensity workout improved memory encoding the very next morning. Sleep just isn't recovery. It's an active part of how memory actually gets consolidated in the first place. And managing your blood pressure and blood sugar over the long run is probably doing more for your brain at 60 than anything in a capsule ever will. Here's what people don't expect. Learning a language or picking up any genuinely difficult new skill has actual randomized controlled trial evidence behind it. One trial put older adults through a 3-month language course against music training and plain lecture series, and the language group came out with significant improvements in episodic memory and cognitive flexibility. A separate randomized study found foreign language training produced global cognitive improvements that were still holding 3 months after the training ended. This isn't a supplement. It's just making your brain do something it's not used to doing. None of that fits on a label. None of it has a trademark symbol next to it. That's probably why it doesn't get the marketing budget these companies do. Stay skeptical. And if you want the next one of these before it goes live, that's exactly what the subscribe button is for.